Hello and welcome to the fourth practice of the week with Taki'h. Today we're going to focus on sound. I'm welcoming you from Thailand, so there might be other sounds that are also joining us, like roosters or motorcycles going by, babies crying. So it's all part of the theme. First, I want to comment on why it's important that we work with sound. So the way I always explain it is sound helps us to move energy, and one example is it's like a vacuum. The lower you go or the more expansive you can be with your sound, it's not just coming from here, then it can serve like a up to the throat and out. And our throat center is the part of us that helps us co-create. It's also the area where we can meet with our masculine and feminine, and that contributes to the co-creation. So it's important that we are able to open up the center, chakra if you will, energy center. Now most of us have been conditioned as children to not make a lot of sound, to not speak up, to not say certain things, to not be too loud, etc. And for women in particular, that's even stronger. Usually boys have more of a permission to be angry or to scream or to shout than girls. It's not very ladylike in most cultures and in most families. So this is usually referred to as a bottleneck, which is a reference literally to a bottle where it becomes thin and energy gets stuck and it becomes stagnant. And then we want to speak, or we want to make a sound, we want to express our truth, we want to express our creativity, our expression in any form, whether it's in words or not, spoken word or not, and we can't, and some voices in our heads are saying whatever about don't do it, or it's a physical feeling, or both, of a knot or a block or something that's impeding us. So in today's practice for the rest of the week, I want to give some basic entry points on how to work with sound, like we've been doing so far with the movement and the breath. So we're going to piggyback on last week's breath exercise, and we're going to use it to support us. So we're going to take deep breaths, and as you exhale, focus on making a sigh with your exhalation, making a sound, allowing the exhalation to have a sound. So here's an example. And so the sound can be more just accompanying, or the exhalation, or the exhalation, the air can support you to make the sound even more alive or fuller. So the first example, it's like a deep relaxation. In fact, my body and most people's body does do that naturally when you go into deep relaxation. Yeah, this is what we do when we're going to relax after a long day. The other way is to allow the air to support us to project the sound out more. So play with both. And you can hit the pause button now and take a few minutes, 5 minutes at least, and play with that, making sound on the exhalation, and see how that feels. And if there are voices in your head saying, that's not appropriate, or that's like faking it, or that's exaggerating, or that's bad, wrong, whatever, just say, okay, thank you, you've been with me for a while now, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and I'll be back with you in 5 minutes. And experiment like a child experiments, with curiosity, with innocence, with a sense of wonder. Sound is, out of the four ways that we've been working with moving energy, sound is the one that's the most challenging for most people. So there probably will be things coming up, and that's okay. Okay. So that was on the exhalation. Now a second tool that you can use to open up the throat center is humming. So humming, you have your lips closed, and you're making a sound loud enough so that at least you can hear yourself hum. So I'll give an example. So you're allowing this humming to be like a massaging in the throat, and maybe you feel it in your chest as well, or in your head, or other parts in your body. But focusing on this humming, vibrating, and making space, relaxing any tensions that are there. And as we relax, we open. As we open, energy can flow more, and then we can express our truth. We can express ourselves fully, honestly. So humming, that's the second exercise. Again, do that 5-10 minutes. Hit the pause button now and explore that. Enjoy it. And now the third. The third is maybe more challenging. It's called gibberish. It's a practice that I was introduced to through the Osho community, and it's where you make nonsense sounds, nonsense language. So it's not speaking in any language you know, but it's that you want to express, or you want to say something, or you just want to get something out, whether it's tender, whether it's strong, or whether it's loving and joyful, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to make sense. So here's an example, and yours doesn't have to sound anything like this, but here we go. I'm starting to enjoy it. So this helps us get over the whole thing of what if I'm going to say something wrong, or I'm going to sound stupid, or I'm going to sound silly. Well, here's your chance. Give yourself full permission to just sound silly and enjoy it. And if you do that every day, 10 minutes, and you can walk around and move around. Right now I'm sitting because I'm facing you, I'm facing the camera, but walk around, move your hands, be on the floor, standing, whatever your body wants to do, and really go for it. And you'll see how over time, over the next week until we meet again, this helps relax and open up the throat center. So these are the 3 practices that you can use to enter into sound, depending where you're at with sound. And there's one thing I really want to emphasize here, and that some people get really triggered when they hear other people speaking loudly or making sounds. One thing in particular is our sounds when we are either very sad or angry or happy. You know, people are laughing and they're like, ah! Like their joy is going to disturb somebody. Or even sexual noises when we are in our intimacy, our sexual intimacy with ourselves or another. And so I just want to emphasize that if somebody else's sounds triggers you, then it's probably because you're not giving yourself permission to make sounds and to enjoy your sounds, whatever they may be. And if you find yourself longing or having envy or jealousy that somebody else can make sounds, whatever they are, this is your chance to give yourself permission, because there's no reason, there's no need for you to hold yourself back. This is part of your creative energy, and we need that in this world. So let me know how this goes this week, and I'll see you in a week for the next practice. You can check out the description on the YouTube for how to follow me on social media, and also how to take part in any one of my many groups from around the world that focus on different themes. But at the end of the day, there's the focus is on truth, freedom, So that's all for me today. I hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you are. Blessings.